morning, everyone. Welcome to day 11 of the foundation challenge. So I am in the kitchen and making some food for today. There is a recipe on Dairy.com that is called bean pepper salad, I think is what it's called. Bean pepper salad. And it's an A plus C meal. And I am going to make this into an A plus B plus C meal. Only because it's very easy to make it into that. And I eat that twice during the day. Last night, after I got done exercising, I was exhausted and way more interested in sleep than I was in eating hummus. So tonight when I get home and after I exercise, I'm going to have hummus, maybe, with some cucumber and carrot chunks. I'm really excited about eating that. I just haven't gotten to it. But that's a great A plus C meal, like fabulous A plus C meal. But I'm going to make this bean pepper salad and just adjust it slightly so that it becomes a perfect A plus B plus C meal. So first things first, beans, that would be your A. So I opened a can of black beans and I put it in the strainer, and then that actually is like 1 3/4 cup, about maybe a little bit less than that, about 1 3/4 cup. So I sprinkled a tiny little bit of pinto beans from a can that was already open in the refrigerator into here, just a tiny little bit to make it up to 2 cups. So that takes care of A. And for B, that would be your things like your rice and your pastas and oats and that kind of thing. I decided on corn because that sounds perfect. I mean, you could definitely put a pasta noodle in here if you wanted to put a couple cups of pasta in here. That would be totally fine. But I decided to do corn, and I actually, when I was thinking about this, was thinking I would do 1 cup of corn and 1 cup of green peas, and I totally forgot. So it has a can of corn in it that I emptied and drained out, which again is not quite 2 cups, but close enough. And then the last column for C, for vegetables type thing, I did open a can of, what do you call this? Petite diced tomatoes that are in their own juice and no salt. And I drained those, and man, you don't have much out of that can once you've drained the liquid off. So that has about not even quite half a cup of tomatoes, but that's what this part looks like. So that is the beginnings of our salad. We've got A totally taken care of, B totally taken care of, and we just need to finish C. So we have 3.5 cups left of vegetables that we need, and I don't think I'm gonna quite hit 3.5 cups more, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. I will fill it up, and this is gonna be plenty of food. So let me go grab a 1 cup measuring cup, because I totally did not. I have everything else in front of me, seriously, like everything else, and I totally forgot that. I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm ready. So I've got half a cup, so I need about 3.5 cups more. I chopped up an orange pepper, and in the original recipe, basically you chop up and use a green pepper and a red pepper. That's what you're supposed to use. So anyways, I'm gonna put this in the cup real quick and see how much it turns out to be for a pepper. I don't think it's going to be a whole ton, to be honest with you. Dropped a piece on the floor. I'm very good at that. Okay, there's a tiny little bit left on my cutting board, but I have a cup. So there's, so far, 1.5 cups of vegetables. The other thing that I chopped up were, I microwaved some green beans, some of the French style cut green beans, and then I chopped them into some smaller pieces. So I think this will also be, not quite. Okay, so there's 1 cup. And then I'm going to put everything else on my cutting board, which is a small amount of peppers and the rest of the beans in here. All right. So that makes actually about half of a cup. So we had 1, 2.5, 3 cups. Okay. So we have 3 cups rather than 4 cups of vegetables. I need my towel. I'll be right back again. But I don't see that really being an issue. So I'm going to put a few little green onions in there that are already chopped up in the refrigerator. And I'm going to mix this together and make this into a salad. And it's going to be absolutely gorgeous in color and flavor and wonderfulness. And it does come with a sauce recipe, which I'm going to put together for you guys, but I don't know what it's going to taste like, to be honest with you. It's got an awful lot of red wine vinegar in there, so hopefully it's going to taste good. I don't know. come on down to the counter and we will make this and we shall see what it ends up tasting like. Okay, so you're supposed to have 2 tablespoons of oil in the salad dressing. I just put 2 tablespoons of water in here because I'm obviously not going to use oil, and I was actually going to use 2 tablespoons of bean goo and totally forgot and drained the beans without doing so. So yeah, okay, maybe we'll take this lid off because it's gonna take me forever to get 3 tablespoons out of there. It's a good indication that this is strong and you're not supposed to use much at a time when it has a teeny tiny little hole. Okay, 3 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of water. You're supposed to use 1 teaspoon of garlic. I actually have half a teaspoon. Excuse me. So I'm just gonna load it up with garlic because you guys know me. I love garlic. And then the next ingredient was 1/2 teaspoon or of honey or 1 teaspoon of sugar. So I'm actually just gonna use a half a teaspoon of maple syrup. Maybe we're gonna need more maple syrup. I'm not 100% sure. We shall see. And then you need, for spices, you're supposed to have 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, 1/4 teaspoon paprika, 1/4 teaspoon black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon salt. I'm totally skipping the cumin because I don't like it. I'm totally skipping the salt because I don't think it needs it. So I've got some black pepper, and I'm going to do the 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, although that seems like an awful lot of black pepper to me, guys. But it's gonna be dispersed in the entire salad, so we will go with it. It's just me, probably. I'm a wuss when it comes to strong flavors. And paprika. And we don't have a like a sweet paprika or anything. We just have the smoked paprika. But I don't think that'll be an issue. It doesn't say sweet paprika. It just says paprika. So this is the dressing that is supposed to go on. I'm assuming that without the oil in it, it's not going to be very viscous or thick. So it's not going to be sticky. It's not going to stick to the salad very well. I think it's going to be in the bottom of the salad. But that's okay. I'll just flip it around a couple of times when I'm eating it, like put the lid back on and flip it back around. So let's try this. I mean, when eating it, I'll just stick my finger in it. Yeah, it tastes a lot like red wine vinegar. Whew. I think that's gonna be fine. Honestly, I really think that's gonna be very good on, I mean, the salad is huge. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to, it has less than, you're supposed to eat 4 cups and 4 cups of food. It has less than that, so it should fit in my container just fine. But it looks like it's a huge amount of food, so that's what that ended up looking like. Let me get a spoon out. So, I mean, look how beautiful that is. Who wouldn't want to eat that for lunch? Seriously. And for breakfast, for that matter, because I'm eating it for breakfast, too. But, I mean, look how gorgeous that is. So, I am absolutely confident that putting this red wine vinegar on here is going to be just fine. If anything, maybe it needs a touch more sweetness. Maybe. I'm not going to put more sweet in there just because if it doesn't need it and I put it in there, I'm going to be bummed that my stuff is way too sweet. So I'd rather have it be a little bit on the tart side and be like, now I know better, than to put another half teaspoon of maple syrup in there and have it be like, this is kind of sweet. I don't know if I like this. So one thing I do get, people ask a lot, and mostly people that I work with, because they see that I eat a large volume of food, and they're like, how can you eat that much? Which, okay, that's not that big a problem for me. I don't actually think that it's that much food-wise based on the fact that it's like fiber and vegetables, but they also want to know how many calories I'm consuming. So I haven't figured it out, but I'm going to go and figure out how many calories are in this, and then I'll come back in a minute after I've mixed it together and put it in my lunchbox and all that good stuff, and let you know how many total calories are in this dish, which we will then split into 2 meals. So let me go put some stuff together, and I will be back to tell you about that in just a minute. Alrighty, guys, take a look at this. Isn't that amazing? It looks beautiful. It's so, so colorful. Oh my gosh, I love it. So I'll go ahead and try it for you, just to make sure that it tastes good with the sauce on it. Why am I blowing on it? It's so not hot. I don't know. It's really good. That's very, very good. Super excited about that. Okay. If you like cumin, add some cumin. It calls for it in the recipe, so you might as well. You don't need the salt, like, at all. It tastes great without it. Excuse me. I added up everything, and I'm sure that the tomatoes actually have less calories in them than what I'm counted them as, because I counted it for the whole can, but like seriously, the majority of the can is like liquid. But I counted the whole can anyway. I counted the maple syrup, everything. I counted everything in here, and when you divide it in two, it becomes 466 calories per serving. So, I don't know. Some people might think that's a lot of calories. However, you get all that food. Like, all of that for 466 calories. And the reason it's so calorie dense is because of the beans, which is fine. They're good for you, like super good for you. And they're gonna keep me full. So, anyways, I am very excited about having this big, huge bowl of food. I'm not going to eat it now, but I'll probably will eat like almost as soon as I get to work. I need to leave for work probably in about 30 minutes-ish. So, unfortunately, I have a bite and try something, and then my stomach goes, oh, is it time to eat? I'm like, no, stop, not yet. Give me a couple of hours, please. But anyways, I'm gonna go get my kitchen cleaned up, and I will see you guys again tonight for some exercise. Hey everybody, so I am home, and it is time to work out. So, first of all, my daughter went and got her hair cut today, and she got just over 8 inches cut off. So, A, her hair was really long, and B, she got to keep it, and she's going to donate it to some place that, I thought that you had to have 10 inches, but she said that the place that she was looking at said 6. So, she's super excited about that. My older daughter did that, I don't know, about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. So now they both say that they've done it. Anyway, her hair is super, super adorable. Yeah, so I ate my stuff both times today, and it was really, really good. But the 3 people that I was working with all asked me if I was eating salsa, and I was like, no. And they said, well, it smells like salsa, and I was like, well, there's some tomatoes in there, but that's about as close to salsa as it is. So I don't know what it is that was in it. Maybe it was the paprika. I don't know. I didn't warm it up, so it wasn't like I made a big, huge smell out of warming it up or anything. But anyways, it was very tasty. I really enjoyed it. And now to the important part of this evening, which is the exercise. I'm not looking forward to this at all. I'll show you why. All right, so that 20 march step, not an issue at all. But doing these slow climbers and doing the shoulder tap, this is going to be a struggle. So anyways, this is what we do for today's exercise, and I'm going to do it for sure, but I'll probably be huffing and puffing towards the end because, I don't know. The climbers are probably going to be difficult, and the shoulder taps will probably be difficult, but otherwise it might not be too bad. I'm not really sure. We'll see. But I'm going to do it one way or the other. So anyways, I will talk to you guys again tomorrow, and I hope you guys had a fabulous day. Hey guys, I just wanted to share one more quick thing. So the step jacks, the side jacks, were actually probably the hardest thing that we ended up doing, to be honest with you, just because my arms towards the last set were getting Anthony's too, we're getting very tired right at like the shoulder area. Anyways, we went ahead and did 5 reps of the exercises, including all the step jacks, just because it was actually not as difficult to finish at the 3 as it has been in the past for some of them, so we thought this would be an okay one for us to, you know, just add it up, make it go a little bit further or whatever. So we did go ahead and finish 5, so this was a level 2 exercise. Anyway, just wanted to share that, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.